We were throwing a screen. Vaughn sniffed it out. Obviously, wish I'd have held on to it and just took the sack, ran the time off, but didn't do that. And wish I had a.
Was it a similar play on the last third down that he sniffed out, or did you see him?
Somewhat similar, not exactly.
So the penalties today were so uncharacteristic in Ryan Reed.
Yeah, a lot of penalties. We got to clean that up. And then just didn't close out the game. Again, not taking the sack there. Just not finishing the game. We had it right there to end. Just did some things that were uncharacteristic of our 6-game run we've had. So now we got to get that all cleaned up and get back to work.
Second down there on that last possession, what happened there?
Yeah, I haven't even talked to him about it. He must have heard it wrong or something. He went the wrong way. Make sure you put that in context. I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm sure he'll say that as well. But like I said, a few things we just didn't finish like we should have.
You left 12 points out there because instead of touchdowns, you got field goals based on those penalties. That must have been extremely frustrating for you. What was going on out there? That there was a miscommunication on all those penalties, or what was happening out there?
I can't answer that without seeing it. Obviously, we didn't. We must have made all those fouls. I mean, we're the one that we did it. So I don't know. We obviously got to clean that up. That's too many yards and penalties, and then turn it over twice, and they don't turn it over any. You're asking to lose a game like we lost when you do that.
So was this the most you've been affected by pressure maybe this season?
No, shoot, best we've been on third down. I didn't feel any problems with the pressure.
So Coach kind of said taking nothing away from the Broncos, but this is a game that felt like the team beat itself. Is that? I mean, going forward, when the run is going so well, this is a little bit not a wake-up call, but like okay, this is like a reevaluation second season.
I think it's a game. We know the things can happen. I don't think you never got it. Like, oh yeah, we've corrected this, we've corrected this. This will never happen again. I mean, it's every week you're playing an NFL opponent, and when you make some of the errors we made today in critical moments, you give yourself, you open yourselves up to get beat, and that's what happened today. We had every opportunity to close it out, and we just didn't get it done.
Bill's been on such a good roll. It's all about going forward. The right kind of hurt in that locker room. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. We've had a good run. Shooting, we're still sitting at 7-3. There's no satisfaction, no settling, but we got a lot to look ahead to, and it's right in front of us with Arizona coming to town. So I don't think there was any sort of relaxing. We had a heck of a week of practice. I thought we did a lot of really good things out there. We just did the things we haven't done, the things we've been able to stay away from, the crucial mistakes that we've been able to stay away from. We didn't today. The interception turned the game around. To me, that spun the whole game. It was about to be a blowout, and he made that play, and then this touchdown, and then all of a sudden it made it a game. I mean, it was and so we did those things. That, at the end, kind of mishandling that. When we've closed out so many of these games with us on the field taking a knee, we were one play away from doing it again. And then next thing you know, you end up a point short.
I don't know if this was asked already, but what happened on that play where you turned one way and Logan went the other way?
Yeah, he just must have heard me wrong. He went the wrong way on the run, on the call there. And again, I repeat myself again, I'm not throwing him under the bus. I think he'll answer it that way too. And equally as disappointing as that, throwing the ball away instead of trying to pull that thing back there on the third down, you run another 40 seconds plus the punt, and then they give a minute 8 left maybe instead of a minute 45. So 2 back-to-back plays by both of us that aren't good enough. I don't even know if you can say good or terrible. And that's what's disappointing, because we could have overcome the penalties, could have overcome the turnovers if we just finished the game the right way, and we didn't. We let that kind of compound into some other things.
A lot of quarterbacks go away from Chris Harris. You showed no fear today. Talk a little bit about the battle.
Yeah, he's a really good corner. I have a lot of respect for Chris. We've had some good games. He obviously made a really good play on the interception. He contested a lot of other balls as well. I think while having respect for him, there's a difference in respect and fear. I feel like I've heard Chris say he respects us and Keenan and myself, but he doesn't fear us either. So I think there's that mutual respect, but competitiveness that we love to go after one another. And obviously he had that one interception. He made a great play and had some other. Again, we made some plays on him and we didn't. But Chris is a heck of a player.
What did they do in that third down screen play? And you went audible.
Yeah, on the interception or at the very end? At the very end. Yeah, I mean, they ended up just playing man coverage. We had something on that was okay versus the coverage. I could have just left it on and dropped back and tried to convert it. I went with the screen. I mean, just with what they were doing, I felt like the guy was going to kind of soft bell Keenan, and it's safe. He gets it in his hands and then see what happens. It's kind of a little bit of a dressed-up running play. And Vaughn, again, he sniffed it out again. I mean, he felt it again and made a good play. And then I didn't even want to fool with it after the result that happened earlier in the game. Obviously, reaction in there, the reaction there, obviously I'd have loved to pull that thing back and let it run. But I didn't. So.
That's something you right when that ball left your hand, you knew.
Well, I knew they were going out on the field. Take the sack. If you don't like anything, take the sack, run the time off. When you're in a screen, it's kind of one of those boom, 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 catch it, throw it. Again, I'm not looking for any excuses. I got to pull the ball back and take the sack or complete it, find a way to complete it. We shouldn't have been in that situation. It should have been about 33-7 at that point, and it would have been had we not thrown Vaughn the other interception. But we didn't. So they found a way to win, and we move on at 7-3 and find a way to get ready for the Cardinals.
What happened on that interception?
He felt it. He felt the screen. If I can find a way to make a better throw, get it around him somehow, it's probably a touchdown. They had a pressure called. He was part of the pressure that was coming. And so it was really a perfect call, and he felt it. And I was trying to find a way to get it around him and obviously didn't do that. He made a heck of a play. I think I've said it now for however many years he's been in, since 2011. Once you figure out the player he is that he's a guy that can change the entire game. And he did that today, I thought. Not by his pass rush, but by his smarts and obviously instincts and his ability, but not from sack fumbles and all those things we've seen. More so just the savviness. It showed the type of football player he is. And I think that's what takes guys to new levels, when they're physically as gifted as anyone and they work at it. But then when their smarts take them to a whole new level.
You guys won 6 straight games out of this game where you had penalties, turnovers, different things like that. What do you take from this game that's going to help you for the rest of the season?
Well, I think it's a chance to reset, and I guess refocus can say, but I feel like if you say refocus, that means you lost focus. But I guess you can also say, well, maybe you did lose focus if you had, the penalties, the turnovers, the go the wrong way, the throw the ball away and not manage the clock. But at the same time, I thought we had a great week of practice. So I don't think there was any fall off in our approach to the game, but yet we had those mistakes. So it can be a reminder that can help us, hopefully with not any awful consequences on the back end. We got to get ready for an Arizona team coming here in a hurry and see if we can get back on the right track.
Right on the start, you guys wanted to attack through the air. Interesting tactics against that pass rush and how good they can be. What was the thinking going in? You wanted to really go after them with the passing?
No, I think we want to have a nice balance. I mean, it was just kind of what we felt we had up to get them. They played the run well a few times early in the game, and they were able to still get back with it and have some success running the ball. And then we got behind the sticks a few times too, again with the penalties. So I thought we had a good plan. When you look at third downs and you look at yards, you're going to go, man, Chargers offense had a heck of a day. But we didn't finish with touchdowns, and we turned it over twice. And then we botched the game there at the end. Had a chance to finish it. So, that's why the stat sheet doesn't tell the whole story. Yeah, he had a heck of a day. I don't know that I can say I saw it coming in the sense of, man, he's going to be targeted that much. But at the same time, we know he getting him back, he's in this thing for the long haul. And when you get in a game like this and they're doing some things with our receivers and you have him singled up, that he's going to get some opportunities. And he did a heck of a job. Obviously, 3 huge third downs come to mind. Obviously, the touchdown catch. He did a nice job, and it was good to have him be such a part of it again. I know it was fun for him, and again, it's just not fun when it ends like this. It kind of puts a damper on all those things.
Thanks, Philip.
Okay.